Have you heard about the naturalization ceremonies?
I thought they stopped
Yes.
having them.
Way at the door. That's what apparently happened to more than 3 dozen people here in Indy today who were all set to raise their hand, take the oath, and become U.S. citizens. But the Marion County clerk told us their dreams were denied. Our Alex Almanza spent the evening getting answers. Alex?
Well, seldom does a naturalization ceremony end in questions. Typically, the people who are invited to take an oath to America have taken all the tests, they've gone through the vetting process. But tonight, that invitation was revoked for some. Ceremonies like this one are dedicated to celebrating America's newest citizens. They're filled with pomp and circumstance.
Please respond by saying, I do.
The tradition stretches back nearly as far as the nation itself, an oath, a flag, a promise spoken out loud.
Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen.
The script is usually predictable, at least until now.
It's wrong. Every part of that is wrong.
On Tuesday, Marion County Clerk Kate Sweeney Bell says 38 out of 100 people set to take the oath to be U.S. citizens at Union Station were turned away. Bell says the clerk's office usually attends these events to register new citizens to vote. On Tuesday, dozens of people lost out on that privilege too.
They've taken the tests. They've learned our history. They have a rudimentary understanding of the language.
This comes amid a Trump administration travel ban on more than a dozen countries. People at naturalization ceremonies across the country getting notices that they're from the countries included in the travel ban. It's unclear if what happened at the ceremony here in Indianapolis is for the same reason, but it's something immigration attorney Rachel Van Tile says is a growing concern for prospective citizens.
We knew that it was happening in other within people from the 19 travel ban countries, that was happening. We had heard of interviews being canceled and things like that, but I hadn't heard that it had happened locally where they had pulled people out of line at an oath ceremony. It's very disappointing.
Now, Van Tile says this can be very confusing. She urges anyone with questions about next steps to contact an immigration attorney. 13 News has also reached out to the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. We'll let you know when we hear back. Dustin?
All right, Alex, thank you.
Disgusting.
Oops.
It's disgusting, and every last one of them should sue. They should sue because they went through the test. They did everything that they needed to do. And then all of a sudden, because he put a band on it, that they can't get their citizenship, they're here. The band said that they couldn't come, but they're here already.
Oh, those two
And why isn't this super national news? I know it because I'm from Indiana, but I was here in Indiana and that wasn't our local news. And you guys know it, but it should be blasting. The fact that we got more about the conspiracy with Candace Owens than this, I just don't understand
Exactly.
people's.
And Jazzy, you're right. Most American citizens born here don't know a lot of that information.
Oh, I
Yeah,
could
right.
He doesn't even know that information. I'm sorry.
you know that.
Exactly.
Let's just call
Right,
it
right.
spade. He always talking about a test that he can pass. He can't even pass that test.
No.
Here's a few. I pulled up just a few kind of stories. This was from people. This was Sarah, originally from Iran. She arrived dressed up with her two teenagers beside her. She had passed every requirement and was ready to take the oath. When she reached the check-in table, officials pulled her out of line without explanation. After several minutes, she was told she could not be sworn in due to the new directive affecting people from her country. She cried in the parking lot with her children, saying, I thought today was my beginning. I never imagined I wouldn't even be allowed in the room. Another one, a Haitian mother. She arrived with her toddler, ready to take the oath with her daughter in her lap. As she found her seat, officials tapped her on the shoulder and asked her to step outside. Her daughter began crying, saying, Mommy, why can't we stay? And the mother said, I left Haiti for a safer life for her. Today it felt like the door shut on us. From Afghanistan, an Afghan man served alongside U.S. forces as an interpreter, earning special immigrant status. He brought with him the folded American flag given to him by soldiers he served with. Officials pulled him aside and said nationals from his country were being reevaluated. He said, I risked my life for American troops. Now I'm told I'm too dangerous to be a citizen. So he walked out holding the same flag he once defended. These are just some of many stories.
All
s-
because this guy shot the National
right.
Guardsman. But the thing about it is, why is it that when brown and black people, when one person does it, we all did it, but when a white person does something or somebody that's light skinned enough to pass for white, all of a sudden they just did it. That's just their thing. You know, everybody's got the things they do most. I can honor that. People who blow up things, people who shoot, people who do that. I get all that. But you cannot take one and destroy everybody. I have my own personality, my own opinions. Me and Miss Andrea are both black, but she has a different experience than I have. She didn't do something I did today. That's absolutely crazy. That stuff's gonna stop. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of that.
Yeah.
But he's an immigrant.
He's the son of an immigrant.
He's still an
Can't tell him
immigrant.
nothing.
Remember, his father, he didn't need to be here either. If everybody else got to go back, he got to go back too.
We just go to his wife and be done with it. I'm just saying,
So,
many wives.
I
yeah.
mean, and like I said, I don't know how to express how upset I am with the Supreme Court. I don't know what to do with
Yeah.
myself. But he
It's
appointed them, so
disheartening.
I don't know why I'm so surprised.
Look at all the things that have been overturned recently.
Yeah.
Well, they were our last safety net.
Uh-huh.
So let's stay on kind of this immigration thing. There were a few stories that happened over this last, I think, week that again were a bit disturbing. This one.
Video obtained by CNN shows federal agents wearing ice vests chasing a woman back to her home in Maria, Louisiana, a suburb of New Orleans. Jason, 22-year-old mother, says she's a U.S. citizen who was born and raised in Louisiana. She asked that her last name not be used to protect her privacy. She says she was walking home from the grocery store when the masked agents attempted to approach her a few feet from her house. Jason can be heard yelling at the men as she runs towards her home. Moments later, a man identified as Jacelyn's stepfather is heard yelling at the agents before they are seen heading back to a vehicle. This is a public area. I don't want to speak to them. I don't want to talk to you either. You don't want to talk to me. Hispanic people. It's Hispanic, bro. CNN has reached out to the Department of Homeland Security for more information.
Yeah, I bet they are.
Hmm.
That's just one. US citizens are getting all caught up in this
Mhm.
just because of the color of their skin.
Today, I was patrolling when we got a call that ICE was at an apartment complex waiting for a guy in an apartment balcony.
This is your fucking property. Get out of here now. Go. Go.
Come back, come back, come back, come back, come back, come back.
Then go in your fucking house.
Sorry, I have tear gas in my lungs. There were more people that showed up, and then kind of slowly more ICE agents showed up. There was definitely tear gas. There was pepper spray kind of everywhere.
Keep going.
Come back, come back. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. It's a neighborhood. There's a bunch of kids that live here, and now there's tear gas and pepper spray in the snow.
Crazy. People are fed up, and this is getting more violent.
Well, see, Trump is
They better get
testing all these areas because that's how he plans on getting that third term. He wants to take over the whole country with violence.
Yeah. The problem is people have a right to be out in public, to
I know.
protest, and to record.
Mhm.
and
And
don't touch me.
these thugs need to understand that. That's what they are.
We gonna have to fight back.
People are fed up. People are fed up. This one was a little bit chilling.
Any president, real power to make decisions on national security and foreign policy. And that's because when it comes to keeping us safe from attack, a commander in chief needs the power to make quick decisions. As someone who worked in both a Republican White House and a Democratic White House, I saw these critical decisions made up close. You need the power to act when it's about life and death. But Trump has laid out a whole lot of enemies that are American citizens. And if he's willing to use lethal force against enemies abroad, as we've been seeing, what's stopping him from using lethal force against enemies here at home?
Mhm.
That question should chill every American to the bone. And I'm giving this speech today because I believe that's exactly the plan. I believe that Trump is ready to bring the full weight of the federal government against Americans he perceives as enemies. Why? Because he has one goal: making sure that he and his ilk never have to give up power.
Mhm.
Now, to be clear, I don't say this lightly, but I think between the strikes in the Caribbean, his efforts to identify domestic terrorists, and his deployment of force in American cities, that seems to be where we're headed. Now,
Yep, just exactly what we just said. There's nothing much to say after that, right?
That's why he told you. He said, "You vote for me, you'll never have to vote again."
Mhm.
He didn't tell you he'll kill for it, but that's what he meant.
Well, I'm glad that people like Senator Mark Kelly and people like them are stepping up. Hopefully, we can get more because it's going to take everybody, everybody.
Well, it's gonna take our armed forces to see what side they really stand on.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah, absolutely. It's reality. We just have to continue to do
Okay.
what we do and hope for the best, and we have to
Reality
keep fighting.
Bites, wasn't that a movie?
That's it. Yeah.